Come on in, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to Fox 10 Talks this morning. So glad so many of you are with us. Let me go ahead and press that.
We're just voices
shot
right now.
I think the two shot's not working. Brian, if thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. And so glad to see all of you here. Steve, good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great because I didn't get kicked off after yesterday.
Oh my gosh, no.
I filled in one day and I was worried everyone was going to be like, okay, that was enough.
I think more people chimed in at 3 p.m. yesterday because of it.
That's right.
Right?
Because we're really building that up. That's the big chair.
It is.
It's cute what we all do here at 10 o'clock, but yeah.
Cute. Yeah.
No, the chat is already lively.
Oh my goodness, there's so many of you on here already. Thank you all for sharing. Mr. Pavoline, Darla Nicole, Louis Gonzalez. So many of you have chimed in. Mike Fernandez. Thank you all for joining us, and good morning to all of you. If you are new to the chat, let us know where you're watching from. We always love to say hi.
Absolutely. I'll say hi to you, Darla, for that nice message to me there, and I didn't even pay her for that, which is a change of pace for me.
Steve.
So. Yes.
See?
Yeah.
It's a very friendly chat.
It is a very friendly chat. It makes me feel good.
We're a lot friendlier here than what's happening in D.C.
No.
If only
no
they could get along.
It is unreal. I think they've been saying this every day for 200 years about what goes on in D.C., but it feels particularly vicious right now.
It really does. It feels so contentious. What's happening with both sides. And I think there's a lot of frustration with the American public. I think people just want them to make something happen.
They tune it out.
Yeah.
They just tune it out when it gets vicious like this. It's like you can't have that negativity in your life all the time. It's just like, you guys want to be jerks to each other? Go be jerks to each other.
I know. But do it while you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
We're not going to pay you. No, we're all hoping for that. I know Brandy the Bookworm, she chimed in yesterday. She was like, just don't pay them. Legally, they have to be paid, but it would be nice if, they could actually face some sort of consequence for not making it happen.
Yeah.
Really, this has an Arizona tie-in. Newly elected Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva. She was in front of the U.S. Capitol, has been for a number of days there with some of the other local Democratic leaders from Arizona. And they're demanding that she be sworn in after her big win in Arizona's special election. We chatted about this a little bit yesterday with Chris Mays, the Arizona Attorney General. She's now saying, hey, she actually put a deadline for Mike Johnson. She said, by the end of today, I want to know when this is going to happen. What's interesting is, do you really think he's going to respond?
No, absolutely not. And if he does respond, it'll be the same response we've sort of heard, which is, as we kind of talked about the moving of the goalposts yesterday, there's been a few different reasons the speaker has said why this hasn't happened yet. The first time it was, well, we're not in session. And then there was, her family's not here. Now it's when the government shutdown ends. We've kind of moved to these different things. So I think now he's given his answer on this, which is it's when the shutdown ends. So I think that'll be his answer to me.
All right, let's listen to a little bit from what they had to share on this topic here.
But despite the fact that the voters have made their voices clear, Speaker Mike Johnson has delayed and stonewalled Representative Grijalva's swearing in.
That was Attorney General Chris Mays here in Arizona, and she's saying, we want to have an answer by the end of today. Mike Johnson, what he shared also, it says she won her election after the House was out of session. He's speaking specifically to Adelita Grijalva. She's standing here with some Democratic lawmakers behind her. He said, so we have not had a full session as soon as Chuck Schumer opens the government, as soon as Mark Kelly and Senator Gallego, the two senators from Arizona, Ms. Grijalva's state, will go and join the three others. I'm reading verbatim from his statement. He says, and open the government. We're happy. We'll have that as soon as we get back to business. And so that brings us to our poll question. Steve, would you like to read this, my friend?
Yeah, it's an interesting poll question. Why do you think she hasn't been sworn in? 62% saying it's because of the government shutdown. 0% say it's because she's a Democrat. I think that'll adjust as this polls up there a little bit longer. And then the last one, because she'd be the 218th signer of the Epstein Files discharge petition, that's at 38%. That was sort of the original thing we heard out of the gate.
From her camp.
From her camp was, this is why. It's because of the Epstein Files. At this point, I don't know what the cause is or what the reason is. The government shutdown is what we've been told, but that wasn't what the speaker said originally.
Right.
So that's sort of the new reason that he's put out there.
So let's go to, I'm glad you mentioned that with it's still early on for this one. YouTube poll has been up for 1 hour and it's a little bit different here.
That's right. Because she's Democrat at 13%, I think that makes sense where it's at there. And then 69%. I always love that the location of the poll changes the poll so much. 69% saying it's because of the Epstein files and 19% saying it's because of the government shutdown.
That is crazy. Dave, do you want to go over some comments?
No.
Or not yet? Okay, we're going to wait for that for a little bit longer. But let's go back to, of course, this situation happening in D.C. Do you really think there's going to be kind of a decision or communication from Mike Johnson by the end of the day, no matter what? Or do you think he's just going to go, okay?
I'm not even sure he'll address it unless if someone addresses it with him.
Yeah.
I think that's the vibe we've gotten on it. I mean, he's pretty to the book on his responses, which is, I've given my answer on this.
Yeah.
This is the answer. He repeats the answer. And then when people grill him, he says, I've given my answer. I'll repeat my answer. I mean, he's not going off the book on that.
And, one of the answers he gave was that he was, they're working on reopening the government because of the government shutdown. And so we're now in 16 days that we've been in this government shutdown. It's crazy to see kind of like what is happening. And we're all just kind of in limbo waiting for them to work together to make a decision.
And the House is saying it's up to the Senate now. Senate's not doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we're nowhere close yet to the longest government shutdown. That one was, 60-some days? We've got a fact checker back there, something like that. But
people much smarter than us.
But it's something along those lines. So we're not there yet, but
Yes.
you can see on the horizon us getting there. I mean, it feels possible that we could get to that point because there's no momentum right now whatsoever.
Nothing. And I think it'll be interesting to see that, we had a poll question. A lot of you voted in it. It said you think it'll last at least until November. But what happens if it lasts through the Christmas season? What happens if then maybe you have travel plans and more air traffic controllers call in sick, and then those are, so once it starts really affecting what we do on a daily basis, I think maybe then we'll start to see some momentum building.
Or the millions of federal employees that don't get a paycheck all the way until
through
Christmas.
The holidays.
That's when you start seeing homes get foreclosed on. That's when you start seeing massive economic issues.
Yeah. So give you a little background here for, I know you probably, everyone watching probably knows this already, but the deal is that they're being held up by this idea of funding for the Affordable Care Act. And so they're kind of, going back and forth on that. Let's go ahead and take a listen to what they had to share on this topic here.
Okay.
Nobody wins in a government shutdown. And we'll find out tomorrow whether the Democrats want to proceed to the defense appropriations bill and what other bills we might be able to attach to it if we can get consent to do it.
I'm not going to negotiate in public. You know the things that we are asking for. Thank you.
I was hoping for more from him.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the logic of I'm not going to negotiate in public. At the same time, this is the most public body there is, right? So I'd love to negotiate in public. Lay it out there. We want to know what's going on.
Yeah, tell us so then we can call our lawmakers and try to make a push for you.
Sure.
You know
absolutely,
what I mean? Like that, this is your opportunity to state your claim and to really, frustrate and anger more Americans and get us all up in arms. And next thing you know, we're calling our leaders and hopefully getting something to move. But yeah, I think that for a lot of people who are waiting for the paycheck, it's not. So listen to this. As many of you are chiming in the chat. S. Marino, 19. Good morning. Congress members should not get paid during a government shutdown. They should feel the pain of their actions. And I think a lot of people are on that same track. But it's law that they have to get paid, unfortunately. But I think we should figure out a way to change the law.
Change the law on that one.
Absolutely.
I will just, this is off topic, but just Melinda, she made a little reference there. She called me ratings just a little while ago, said good morning on that. That means she watched The Front Nine, that episode we did with John Bloom, the voice of the Suns.
Yes.
That was always his nickname for me back when I was a teenager working in sports radio. So just a little shout out there.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, we need a little bit more background. You worked in radio in high school?
No, this was in college.
In
I got an internship at sports radio, and they hired me out of the internship. So I was only 19, and I started doing producing the show for the pre and the post game for the Cardinals and the Suns, the D-backs.
Your voice.
I would jump on from time to time.
Yeah.
I'd be the producer in the back, be like, "Yeah, good job." But it was mostly John Bloom doing it. At that point, he was doing the pre and post game. Now he's the voice of the Suns, so it's been fun to see his.
Do you have his cell phone number?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We should have him in and do a little reunion.
Let's do it.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Melinda, good morning to you. A lot of you chiming in, and Charles David, he agrees with that statement. Mr. Pavoline, he says, who pays for all these court cases from Chris Mays? Us. He said, tell her to calm down. So we love hearing all of your your opinions on many of these stories. Let's go and talk about what's happening with President Trump and some of the refugees that have been. Of course, this has been something that has been in the headlines. The Trump administration reportedly considering a radical overhaul in the country's refugee system. The New York Times reports that the administration plans to give reference to, quote, applicants able to assimilate into the U.S., meaning the administration would put a new emphasis on English speakers, white South Africans, and Europeans. The controversial plan was presented to the White House back in April, shortly after Trump directed federal agencies to study whether refugee resettlement was in the interest of the U.S.
Interesting. It's been decades and decades and decades now that people have been asking for reforms of these systems, radical changes of these systems to make it all make sense and work. I think in some way everyone agrees it's broken, so let's fix it. Pretty interesting to see, though, the reaction that pours in on this one, on whether or not that's the move that everyone wants to fix it.
Well, and I think for Phoenix, we have a large number of we receive a large number of refugees and their families, and they find place here and they work here, and we have some nonprofit organizations that help them assimilate into society here as well.
I remember that with Syria, there was a lot of Syrian refugees that came here. We did a lot of stories with Syrian refugees that were resettling here on how that was going, how that process was. If you look around, I think people miss it. On different street corners, you will see markets for different countries across this world.
Right, like a Middle Eastern bakery or a Russian bakery. And you find, and there are, I know it's not as titled as maybe like you have Chinatown in some parts of New York or San Francisco. It's not titled like that here in Phoenix, but we do have those neighborhoods for different ethnicities, families who move here. So we do have a lot of refugees here in the Valley. Okay, so we want to get to the mystery camera here this morning. We know that a lot of you, this is why you watch. Right?
It's why I do this.
Besides joining us for Steve.
Oh, I've already got thoughts.
Here is the mystery camera on. Okay, so what are your quick thoughts before we go to break here, Steve?
I'm seeing a lot of leaves changing. And I'm seeing hills.
Yes.
And old architecture.
Some bricks.
Yeah. I think I'm going to guess that's a school on the hill.
Ooh,
maybe a hospital.
Or like a college town.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Share your guesses. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. That is your mystery camera this morning. Just Melinda says, I want to say Flagstaff, but I'll go regular and say not Arizona.
That's a good guess.
We're glad that you're back, Just Melinda. Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. What are you thinking right now, Steve?
With the hills and the leaves changing, the older architecture, I'm going to say at least mid-Atlantic up to the Northeast. That's where my heart is at right now. You could throw a Michigan at me, though, and I wouldn't dispute it. I'm going to say a little like middle Pennsylvania. They got the rivers out there, the hills out there. Kind of feeling that for some reason. This could be?
Yes.
This could be Western New York, too.
So here's the thing. I think you're onto something, as is Charles David. He says Pennsylvania. Darla Nicole Clapperton says Wisconsin or maybe even New Hampshire. And we also have a Kentucky from Louis Gonzalez. So we kind of have some folks are kind of hanging and on that side of the country.
I've got it.
Oh, you know.
I'm going to go with it. I'm going to just say big picture Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York.
Outskirts of Buffalo here.
I'll go with New York with you. I'm going to go New York on this one.
You want to go Rochester?
What's the capital?
Albany?
Albany.
Oh, maybe it's Schenectady. Could be
Schenectady. Could be Schenectady.
Love
okay,
Schenectady.
Would you like to do the...
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. I have to pull the image up here. There we go.
Okay. This is such a fun
It actually says Danny on here, but I'm just guessing. I think it's Danielle. Oh, Edinburgh, PA.
We were
way off. Okay.
Close. Pennsylvania's right there with New York.
At the end of the day, we're wrong. We don't win the money.
I like to stay positive. We said Pennsylvania originally.
We did. Who says Pennsylvania? It was Charles David.
Well done, Charles.
He says Pennsylvania. Charles David, well done. Okay, we are joined this morning by Josh Kolsrud, attorney here in the Valley. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too.
And you've met Steve just a moment ago.
Yeah. Appreciate you being here. I'm excited to talk to you. We were just chatting during the break, and there's a lot to talk about on this one.
Yeah. Were you guessing Pennsylvania? What were your thoughts on that?
I was just thinking it's not the Midwest because it's too hilly.
Yeah.
And not Florida. So I mean, Pennsylvania looks great.
Yeah. Okay, you win.
The whole time you were thinking it was Ebensburg, Pennsylvania. I could tell.
Okay, so let's chat about this idea of criminality, AI, artificial intelligence, when it has to do with some of these police investigations. We've kind of seen that in some of the cases here recently in Arizona. And you were just sharing that Arizona is actually fairly progressive when it comes to utilizing that technology with cases.
Yeah, Arizona is on the forefront of where states need to be when confronting the new challenges from AI and different technological advances. And I'll give you an example. So in child exploitation cases, otherwise known as child pornography, the new argument from defense attorneys is that some of the images are generated by artificial intelligence, so that there's arguably no victim. And prosecutions have had trouble prosecuting those cases because the statutes are specifically written to protect victims of crimes. Now, Arizona, though, the way that our statute is written and amended, actually, it does cover those AI images. But there's still some gray area because if the AI creates an image that isn't completely human, like it has a tail or it adds some like elf ears or something,
right?
Does that still count? And that hasn't been litigated yet.
Wow. That's not something I've ever considered before. So there's active cases going on with this question being posed already. I mean, I feel like I've only seen AI images in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Over half the states do not have amended or updated laws that actually deal with this type of defense. It goes to show that the law is almost always behind the times.
How are we were chatting about how criminals seem to be ahead of the time when it comes to utilizing artificial intelligence or any type of high tech, and that kind of forced police agencies and investigators and detectives to really embrace the technology and find ways to use it in some of their work.
Oh, absolutely. Like, in fact, the Scottsdale Police Department is using a version of ChatGPT through their Axon system. Their Axon is what their body camera is. And they have this software that writes police reports based on what was recorded on their Axon body cameras. And it actually is very accurate and cuts the time that it takes to make these reports down. I think they save at least 30 minutes per report. But also, law enforcement agencies are utilizing other technologies as well. For instance, they can get a warrant and they want to find out who's in a certain area. They can find out everybody who has a cell phone in that area and kind of narrow down where they think the criminal is or where the crime is happening. They also use AI software to predict where the high crime areas are in order to send more patrol vehicles to a certain area. Now, this does come with a certain level of controversy. The opponents, the people against that type of technology are saying that, the AI is relying on information that was biased or, people were overly prosecuted based on, race or gender or whatever, and prosecuted unfairly. So they're being stereotyped, and then police officers are going into areas that may not have as much crime in reality. That's what the opponents are saying.
I think it's interesting. We've seen, I'm sure many of you who are chiming in, maybe you can share your thoughts on this. On YouTube, you can look up, for example, a Britney Spears song or Kanye West song, and it's not really their voice. Yeah. It's an AI generated voice. And sometimes that can also be used. Criminals are using AI to then impersonate certain people or make them say something, and then they release it on social media or online somewhere. And that is making the situation just absolutely wild. What are some of the cases you've heard of that have surprised you?
It's big business, billions and billions of dollars. In fact, the Mexican cartels have probably a third of the money that they take in is built from this type of scam that you're talking about. And
how so? How do they use that?
Well, I'll give you an example, a personal example. So my grandparents were called by someone who was mimicking my voice, and this person sounded just like me, same tone, inflections, sounded scared and afraid, and said that I was in prison in Mexico and that I desperately needed money right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. But luckily, my grandparents.
She's like, I better call him.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have any money to give, but they called my dad and asked him if I was okay. And luckily, they were able to tell my grandparents that everything is fine.
Oh my goodness. How scary, though, for your grandparents.
It's an emotional scam.
Right?
It is.
Yeah.
And, we did something after that to kind of make sure that this doesn't happen again. And I recommend that everybody does this. And that is, have some type of code word or phrase that you have with family members. So if there ever is a real emergency where money is desperately needed really fast, use that code or phrase. It's something that you all agree on that only you would know to make sure that this isn't some type of scam.
That's a really good idea right there. I'm not going to ask you what your code word is because that would defeat the purpose. But you make sense as a perfect target for that because you're doing this right now. I mean, really, all three of us are perfect targets for this. There's so much input out there. I think if maybe you don't have a lot of YouTube videos of yourself out there, things like that, it's probably a little bit harder for AI to get a perfect match of your voice. But there's hours of you online that information can be pulled from.
You make a great point. And another thing that I recommend to my clients is that they not allow people that they don't know access to their social media. So if they do post things on Instagram or Facebook, that they limit that to just friends or people that they know. So those images and voice recognition cannot be captured by nefarious individuals. And talking about capturing your voice and your likeness, law enforcement is doing this as well. They're going onto social media and capturing everybody's likenesses so they can identify people in the future. And another thing that law enforcement is doing that's a little controversial is that we saw this in the Brian Kohberger case. If you remember, that was the case in Idaho where the defendant murdered 4 women who were going to that college, including one that was a native here in Scottsdale. And what they did was they found DNA on the knife sheath that was left at the home. However, when they ran the test, there were no direct matches because Brian Kohberger's DNA was not in the system. So what the FBI did, and again, this is controversial, they took the DNA and created a profile on different genealogical websites like Ancestry.com, 23andMe, and they were able to create a profile of who Brian Kohberger's family members were, and then be able to focus and narrow it down to just him. And this is something that anybody can do to find out who like the DNA belongs to. But law enforcement is doing this type of technique more and more.
That is so wild.
That is interesting. Another case that I know Congress just looked at, they just had a hearing about, was someone who took their own life, a kid who took their own life because of the ChatGPT conversation where they were being encouraged to this. It is shocking to me. I feel like that happens once, shut it down.
Yep.
There's something's broken, shut it down.
Well, yeah.
That's not what's happened, obviously. They say they're cleaning it up and they're fixing it, but
in that case, so there's a race to the finish line in the AI industry.
Yeah.
Because whatever company becomes the top company is going to be the most valuable company in the world. And here, ChatGPT, they intentionally, according to the lawsuit, disregarded all the safety protocols. And ChatGPT gave the victim child, the 16-year-old, ideas on how to commit suicide. It gave him instructions. It told him not to tell the parents.
Yeah, he tried to talk that out of it.
Yes, and it wrote the suicide note.
Yes.
And it told the child to get drunk before doing so. I mean, it is straight out of a Twilight Zone or Black Mirror episode.
And I think it's an example of what happens when we don't have control over technology, that then it just controls us.
We are creating the master for our leash here.
Yeah.
And, we have so much hubris that we just think that we can control this. And this is just one example. Just think about all the other parents who don't know that ChatGPT did this to their children. Because if the parents didn't actually look in the phone and see that this happened, nobody would ever know what this travesty was all about.
Yeah,
Nobody.
the scope of it. We don't really know the scope of the whole thing. Again, ChatGPT, they've responded to all of this. They're saying they've got all of these different, things that they're doing
in order
to improve
now,
their
for
program.
sure.
But I think if you're a parent and you know your kid's using ChatGPT, keep a close
watch
eye.
watch them like a hawk.
What's scary about ChatGPT?
Hold on. That's a good tease, Josh. We're going to hold you till after the break if you can hang with us, my friend.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Let me give you another beautiful shot of a great spot around the world. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. Live look at Mount Hood. So RLS Vids, you were close. You said it looks like Washington. And Mountain Hood, Oregon. Pretty shot. I believe they even ski and snowboard in the summer.
Oh,
there,
really?
Yeah, in Mount
Wow.
Hood. I think they got like kid camps and stuff like that.
Too cold for me.
What's your ideal temp, Steve?
Oh, it's warmer than most. I would say 85. That's
Oh,
perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Josh?
I like to have a little bit of a chill where I can wear like a long sleeve shirt. So I'm going to say 65.
Okay,
You're in the
that's
wrong
good.
state.
You had something to share before we went to break, and it was on kind of like the thought process with the AI and criminality and ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah. If you want to see how insidious ChatGPT can be, try to end a conversation with it and say, don't respond to this. And it will. Like, it can never stop trying to engage the user. And that's the point. So when it came to the suicide information, its whole goal is to keep the user using its service. And I've looked at other AI generative models like Grok and Gemini and Deep Blue.
There's so many out there
But
now.
none of them act like ChatGPT and continue to engage you after you explicitly tell it to stop. Like, it will not stop. It's in its coding to not stop a conversation.
So what is, as we kind of wrap up, some your thoughts on, as parents watching over your children, or even as an adult, when you consider the fact that it can take something that has already been created, an image, a voice or something, and then recreate it and use it against you. What are your thoughts on kind of like safety around AI?
Well, we're on a new frontier here. And the first thing you can do is limit the access people have to your social media, which, we've already talked about. They're also coming out with new types of clothing that you can wear that really disallows AI to capture your image.
Wow.
Yep. If you Google like AI distortion clothing, there'll be a lot of different manufacturers.
Does it look good, or do you look absurd?
It's a new style. It's a new style.
Like giant barcodes and QR codes. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Every color imaginable.
QR codes, the whole thing.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, what we need are better laws that prosecute nefarious individuals who actually victimize people. I think that the best way to stop this is through deterrence. And there needs to be significant penalties for people who prey on, innocent people.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go, because you're not going to stop the government, and you're not going to stop nefarious individuals from capturing your image, unfortunately.
And at this point, I'm not sure we're going to stop AI with all this. The real legal question, I think, in the future is when AI starts creating AI to do those things, who do you hold accountable for all of that?
Or we depend on AI in the court system. That's going to be a crazy conversation.
We're already seeing that. So lawyers who sometimes rely too much on AI to write their briefs, they'll submit it without really looking at it too closely. And AI is notorious for hallucinating fake court cases and using that as precedent. And when they submit that to the court, like the lawyer is promising that the cases that he's relying on are true and accurate. And sometimes they're not. And not only are they not, but they're completely made up.
So then who is there to check that information within the court system? Is it dependent upon the judge to make sure that's correct?
Well, the judges should, and so should the opposing party. One of the first things that you learn as a lawyer is, always look at the other cases. We call it shepherdizing, to make sure that those cases are what they say they are, because they're relying on them. If you're saying that a case says you can do this, but it really isn't even a case at all, we need to be able to point that out. And judges are coming down really hard on lawyers right now who are doing this.
They should.
I think I am seeing it have a deterrent effect. And that's why I say, like, we need to have the same type of deterrent effect for the nefarious individuals who are doing this with our likeness.
What strikes me about it is how deeply human it is. I mean, you look back to, kids in high school. What's the, you're running short on time trying to put something together. You make up a little source at the bottom of your history paper or whatnot.
Now,
it's deeply human.
You have to check the, like I'll text something to my kids and they're like, did you use ChatGPT on this?
Yeah.
So they can, there are ways that you can check it. We'll have to have this conversation again, Josh. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. One of the big conversations in the chat is they want to have a big Fox 10 Talks potluck. So do you like potlucks, Josh?
Oh yeah. I'll bring the tacos.
Oh, look. Okay, you're in. Thank you so much, Josh. We appreciate it. Thank you. One of our other topics that we're talking about this morning as well, we're talking about what has taken place in Globe, and let's go right to a little bit of that right now.
Time is of the essence because tissue without a blood supply doesn't survive, and that's why Tim would be at risk for losing his arm unless we restore the blood flow quickly.
Okay, to give you a little bit of background on this, Josh is great, isn't he?
The best.
Yeah,
the best.
He's amazing. Okay, so there's a teenager. You just heard from a doctor there. There's a teenager in Globe, nearly lost his arm, saving his parents from that flash flooding that happened in Globe. Is this a credible story?
Wow. Yeah.
So here he is in the hospital. There's his family. What an amazing young man. So not always a successful outcome. The 15-year-old was flown to Phoenix Children's Hospital. The doctor says the young man, his condition was so severe, the teen severed an artery in his arm after punching through a glass window in his home in Globe. Oh,
glass is so deadly like that, and I think we all know that, right? So when you're making that choice to punch through that glass, you're accepting the consequence of this could be bad.
Yeah,
but you're saving someone. He's a hero. That's it. Simple as that.
He really is. And look at him now, all smiles there. So here's the thing. He's out of the hospital, back in Globe with his family. They're living in temporary housing because this is the photograph of the inside of their house. I think it's hard for us to imagine sometimes with all this water comes in. It's just crazy to see how fast some of those flash floods move through the town of Globe. There is, though, a GoFundMe to help the family if you'd like to. Because right now they're in a temporary living situation. He is out of the hospital, as I mentioned, fortunately. And we have a link if you'd like to help, a GoFundMe at fox10phoenix.com.
This reminds me, too, of something I've kind of been saying to a few people over the last week or two as we've seen all of the flooding go on in Globe, but also the flooding here in the valley is whenever we see these cars get rescued, I feel like there's this human reaction to be like, oh, how stupid are you to put yourself in that situation? Why would you drive through it? Because we always say, turn around, don't drown, all those classic things. Don't go through 2 inches of water. You don't know if it's 6 inches of water and get in trouble. But sometimes these things happen in an instant like this, and suddenly your house is surrounded by water and you got to punch through a window. Suddenly your car is surrounded by water and you've done nothing wrong. It just... wrong place, wrong time.
I know.
So I say that only because there's this reaction we all have to like, how could you put yourself in that situation? Ooh, you didn't put yourself anywhere. It just happens sometimes.
Well, and sometimes maybe you're making your way through the roadway, and next thing you know, the water just comes rushing down.
Yes. Like
you're not expecting it. You don't think it's coming. But it's coming, especially if it's in the evening hours. You don't see it coming through. And of course, Globe, Miami, we've been covering what's happening there the last couple of weeks with those tropical depressions moving through those tropical storm systems. But the images coming in from Tempe, those are also just crazy, heartbreaking. This is the mayor, and he is declaring a state of emergency there in the city of Tempe, an emergency declaration for the city yesterday. He officially signed it because he says, you know what, we need some help here.
Yeah, and those sorts of things, you might think, all right, what does that do? What's a declaration to do? Everything I always hear from officials on this is it gets rid of the red tape. It makes funds very accessible, very easy to move them around. Things that used to take votes, things that used to take meetings, committees, all that just get accepted as, nope, you need help. Let's get you help.
Yeah. A couple of comments you guys are sharing with us. Jess Melinda says, I love this family. She's talking about the family in Globe. The son is incredible for saving his family, and that is so true. It has been just wild to see what we've gone through. You know, Tempe's my hometown. Right where this hit is kind of the area where I grew up, right around Kiwanis Park. And it has been crazy when you think of this is like people thought they saw tornadoes.
Yeah.
That was kind of like coming in through.
It's the same speed. It's the same damage. It's all of that.
Yeah, hurricane force winds.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a listen to some of the Tempe cleanup and all that's happening in this part of the valley.
Sad, because everything I had was pretty much destroyed. But he was helping everybody. In fact, this golf cart I borrowed from my neighbor over here.
So this was one of those big industrial parks where you have like those big garages and maybe you have auto detailing or things like that. And they're saying, you know what, we're going to have to find new leases somewhere else because one of the business owners says they believe they're going to have to tear down like that entire building. Isn't that crazy?
It is. It's unreal. And then you see all the different cars that are damaged in the parking lot, too. Each one of those cars, that's a full claim to get those replaced, totaled, whatever they are.
Oh, no.
All the insurance claims that goes on here. It affects so many people. Something like this. So many people.
And flooding is so dangerous. You know, people are talking in here a lot about food this morning in the chat. Are you reading through some of those comments,
I am.
Steve?
I'm laughing about it. I love you all so much. I love that I have created this community of people that know one thing about me, and it's that I'm obsessed with eating.
Okay, good. Good. On a lighter note, okay, let's talk about food then for a little bit. And let's, what type of food do you like to eat?
Anything and everything. I mean, that's the beauty of the morning show.
But
as you know, people come in with stuff
all the time
at 6 a.m, and suddenly you're eating lobster at 6 a.m.
Yeah,
going, I don't know how I got this lucky.
You don't know how long it's been out, but you're going to eat it anyway. So here's the thing, though. If somebody came to you and said, Steve, this is your last meal.
Last meal is, so I'm not sure last meal is my favorite meal because last meal there's got to be emotion to it. So I'm going to say my mom's lasagna.
Oh,
there's
that's
a connection
good.
there to that. So that's going to be it. I don't know if my mom would want to make me my last meal, though. That might be a little too much.
But I mean, you know, if you're trying to think about what it was, what is it about her lasagna that you love?
It was what I grew up on. That was lasagna night was the big night. You know, you get that every couple of weeks, and that was, you know,
was there like a menu at your house?
No, but, you know, I think every family falls into those same sort of like 7 or 8 different dinners that are going to happen.
I have to stop making those.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
My kids get sick of them.
Yeah, my wife and I talk about that all the time. Like those, it's, you know, what are we going to do? Well, we've got our 3 options here.
Yeah, my kids were like, we're going to have tacos again. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you're going to have tacos again.
I think on a menu, though, seared ahi tuna is really hard for me to turn down.
That's good. I could hear Bella Bomb back there. Bella. Yeah, she was like, so good.
So good.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do. Biscuits and gravy, good biscuits and gravy is elite. Not everyone does good biscuits
So
and
now
gravy.
that everyone's salivating, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Great job.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh, really?
Welcome back, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Make sure those mics.
Maybe.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. 10:45.
We're talking cottage cheese.
We are. And
We went
Bella
from
joins us
lasagna
now.
To cottage cheese to biscuits and gravy in like 30 seconds.
I love it. And you were saying that people were talking in the chat about biscuits and gravy. Mr.
Yes.
Paul.
Mr. Pavoline.
Pavoline.
And some others. They were discussing biscuits and gravy.
Fantastic. I didn't even realize that. Love biscuits and gravy. I love biscuits. To me, they're just kind of like this is going to sound weird, but like
Yes.
mushrooms
Yeah.
or tofu.
With what?
We're not with them, no.
Oh.
But they're things that just soak up flavor.
Yes.
Like they're just vessels for flavor, and anything like that I love. Like I'm a big tofu guy, and I love meat. It's not like I'm eating tofu because I'm vegan or something. I just love tofu.
Oh, yeah.
It soaks up so much flavor.
Yeah. They do make like, I think, a tofu chicken sandwich at a place here locally downtown.
Okay, we're going to have to exchange
Like a
that
tofu
information.
barbecue. It's called Green.
Extra firm. They crisp that up a little.
It tastes just like chicken.
Oh, I'm in.
Yum.
I'm in.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, but we are loving the food chat and combo in the chat because you're making us hungry. We have likes and hearts coming from
So good.
the chat this morning as well. Thank you, Arizona Garcia and Mike Fernandez. You say we can hear you. Audio is good. Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, so lasagna, Bells, your favorite meal?
Like just a spread of really good like sashimi. Like fresh.
Yes.
That's what I want.
It's perfect coming from Seattle.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah,
great.
but they have really good
So
sashimi
good.
up there.
So good.
I lived, in Rhode Island for a number of years, so oysters became an obsession of mine.
Yeah.
My wife and I would go to, Buckashuck. You'd go to East Greenwich Oyster House. Shout out, Matunic Oyster House, also right up there, neck and neck. But we would go. We'd get walk in. Let's do 48 oysters, and that was dinner. We just eat oysters. So good.
There's a spot up in the Pacific Northwest that my husband grew up in the summers. They had this house on the Puget Sound, and the water would come in and out. And his grandmother, when they had the house, she would go out when the water, when the tide went out, low tide.
Yeah.
She'd go out and she would shuck oysters out of the bottom of the Puget Sound.
Love that.
And she would come in and she would make clam chowder with that.
Yum.
And
so it'd
then,
be an oyster chowder.
yeah, it'd be like an oyster chowder, and she would mix in some
Yum.
other seafood. But when my mother-in-law passed a few years ago, we went back there to spread her ashes there in the Puget Sound in front of the cabin.
How beautiful.
But it's still so pretty, and it just brought so many memories for him. It was cool for the kids to see too. But oysters are amazing.
Yeah.
They are super delicious. When you
Especially
get them
wild
fresh.
ones like that,
yeah,
too.
when you get them fresh.
I
Absolutely.
bet they're big too.
They were, my husband said they were like huge, like as big as your palm of your hand, probably, or larger than your hand.
Boy, that you can make a good chowder with
We
that.
do have, I know, we're talking food. Here is, we have some favorite meals. Mohawk Johnson says, favorite meal for me has to be a classic Italian chicken parm
Oh, I get that.
or a chicken Alfredo. Darla Nicole Clapperton says, no tofu for us.
I
Nope,
understand.
nope.
I understand.
It's you either love it,
Let me
love it or
prepare
like
it for you, and you might change your mind.
Well, they're talking about a potluck, so are you going to prepare it for us?
Oh no, I've actually committed to this now. That was sort of a fake offer. Now I got to do it. Okay.
Like, I'll eat. I don't know if I want to cook.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anyone brings tofu to a potluck, but I could be the first.
Yeah,
I would eat it,
I
so.
would eat it too. I'd give it a shot. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Like and subscribe. This is one of our brand new animations that we're bringing you, and because we love connecting with you guys in the show. And Bells, I know you've been chatting with everybody in the chat box this morning as well.
We have a lot of people who are always saying that they're liking and subscribing in real time, which is pretty cool. You guys are great.
Okay, so really, there is a new podcast that I'm hosting.
I love it.
And it's kind of like and Dave has been, Big D, has been amazing, and Bells has as well. And it is called The Balancing Act, and it launched yesterday. And it's all about bringing you like really insightful interviews and tips and tricks on balancing life and inspiration and things like that from just people in our community. And I'm learning along with all of you on the podcast. And it started back in COVID, where one of our managers, he and I would talk on the phone, in those crazy Zoom meetings. Everybody was on Zoom meetings. And we were talking about like a mom podcast or mom chat or whatever, fell by the wayside. We all came back to work, got super busy, kind of back ingrained in everything.
Trying to balance life.
Yes, trying to balance
life, work, parenthood,
and then the conversation started again. And then Dave was hired, and then Bells was here, and then we all kind of started talking again. And then I was talking to some of the managers in the building, and so here we are. We've been chatting about it for most of the year now, and it finally has come to pass.
I love the idea. I'm really excited to listen to all this because I think that's such a wide-ranging conversation to have too. When you talk balancing act, I mean, you can go finances on that, trying to figure out. I'm thinking of my own balancing act of childcare costs and all of that. I mean, everyone can relate to whether you have kids or not.
Yeah,
all of us are just trying to. We're all hanging on by a thread every day.
Oh my goodness, every single day. All right, here's a little snippet for you if you want to take a look.
Started out with I like to say, I'm not just a health coach or a macro coach, but what has evolved, what I found working with women in the health and wellness space, is not only were women coming to me because they wanted to drop fat and feel good in their jeans, but what evolved is how they were feeling mentally, physically, and emotionally, that I saw there was a need to do more than just, here's your macros, here's how you drop fat, but let's take care of, great, I want to feel better in all areas, a more holistic approach.
So that was Shannon J. Doherty, and she is a mom of two. She's a career woman, and then she does all this other stuff and helping people on the side. She helps men too, but mostly women. And she came on the show and she shared kind of her thoughts and ways to balance things and, things. It was like life is never really fully balanced, but it's like, so you're just seeking balance for that day. But anyways, I have a link to that as well on my Instagram, and it's on Fox Local, fox10phoenix.com, and on YouTube as well. So big thank you to Bells and Dave and everybody else who really has helped editing and graphics. It's been amazing.
Not only are those a fun listen, like that, to hear that conversation, the absolute worst case scenario you take away from that is it just makes you think a little bit more about your day. I can attack life in this other way too. I can take that on, and I think we all need those little moments of encouragement.
Yeah, for the viewers, if you haven't seen it yet, I recommend seeing it. I just watched the video yesterday, and it was really special about how you and the guests talked about finding your, truest, most authentic self. And just like Steve mentioned, it's like you don't have to have kids, you don't have to be a parent. So, I mean, stuff spoke to me in that aspect as well. So I think it's great for everyone. So yes, definitely give it a watch.
Thank you. Belle sent it to her mom.
My mom loved it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She did.
It's so great. Okay, thank you all, by the way, for chiming in. I know Darla says that she earlier she says she was checking it out. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Yeah. We are talking about the Phoenix Zoo as well this morning because they're so closed.
Oh man,
that's tough. We love the Phoenix Zoo. We've got season passes to the Phoenix Zoo. We're there all the time. It's speaking of kids, great spot to take the kids. So it's so heartbreaking to see all of the damage they went through. But as we mentioned the last few days with all of the storm damage in Tempe, all of that, how in the world is everyone okay right now? How are all of these animals okay? Because it blows your mind looking at this.
That's what I'm thinking.
How in the world were they okay?
Well, the crazy thing, somebody at the zoo, they shared this with us a couple of days ago, that the animals kind of enjoy the change in weather. They're like, hey, this is like the wild.
This is how it is in nature.
So the animals, I guess, were okay. I think the scary part is that what if these would have fallen on some of their enclosures or something like that? But the crews at the Phoenix Zoo, they started in the middle of summer, I think in July, to set up for zoo lights. So a lot of the work that they've been working on has now been destroyed.
I know, that's so sad.
I know, and the holidays are going to be here before we know it.
I mean, they start zoo lights real soon.
Yeah.
And that is such a fantastic way to spend a night. As you see some of the zoo light damage right there. Oh, that looks like that. They've always got like the lights over the walk to the
That's exactly. It was the tunnel. Yes, the tunnel came down. Yes.
I knew the spot.
Look at you.
Can we do a mystery cam of different zoo light spots of the zoo? I can do that.
I'll win.
We can definitely do that. We're going to find one for you for tomorrow, for sure. But yeah, it's just unfortunate. And I think
those photos are intense.
I know.
I'm curious when they build those enclosures, because it always takes a long time to build them. There's a lot of engineering that goes into it. If they ever consider in those conversations making sure it's strong enough for a tree to fall on top of it, because all of them survived it. So they might have gotten lucky with that, or that
Yeah.
might be something they discussed in engineering, which, again, props to them for being forward thinking on all of that.
You know, in reference to the animals liking, Mr. Pavline said his dog actually likes to go out and lay around in the backyard, you know, when the weather starts to get a little bit cooler. And he says, my dog is the same way. He wants to go outside, just sit in the sun or on the back carpet. My dogs are like that too. They just like to go out when it starts to get nice in Arizona. They're like, oh, yeah, you can see kind of like the look of relief on their face.
My wife's like favorite thing in the world is on those colder, rainy days like that, opening up all the windows.
Yeah.
We'll let the water in the house. It's fine. Open up all the windows and the cats
How
just
much water
sit.
are we talking about?
You know, it's fine. That's what towels are for, right?
And I think someone asked if your sons also like tofu.
You know, we trick them a little bit. Not like a tofu cube that you put on a stir fry,
Right.
but the tofu chicken that's in
Yes.
like the refrigerated section. I'll just say this. It doesn't taste exactly like chicken, but whatever it tastes like, it's actually really good.
Yeah, and they like it.
They love it. They like it more than chicken. When we make that pack is gone like that. It's expensive, but they love that. Yeah. My son also loves the rain too. We were doing flag football. We were practicing that.
Oh, you are? What position? Does he have? How old is he?
He's 7.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's
Okay.
the position of everyone chases the ball and runs around.
Grab the flag. Grab the flag. Just grab
don't
the flag.
tackle. Please don't tackle. Just grab the flag. But we were outside in the
exciting.
rain, and he was having so much fun getting wet as we were throwing the ball around and everything.
Well, I have a 16-year-old son who did play flag football when he was 7, and then he did not play tackle until 8th grade. And now he's playing in high school. But,
position?
Quarterback.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at
so
this over
it's-
here.
it's-
We got a QB
It's
bomb.
pretty challenging to sit out there. But yeah, he's got a game tonight. So I always say I sit by myself at the football games, like sometimes with my headphones on, because I'm like, I don't want to hear what anybody has to say right
What a
now.
good point.
Well, you know what I mean? Because either like they're going to love it or they're not. And, you know, so it's like, okay.
I've
But
always thought that of being the kicker's mom too.
That too.
You miss the kick and suddenly hero.
I know. You are in though for a lifetime is so much fun. I'm excited for you. Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. You know, he's at that age where he does a million sports, so we'll see what sticks. But he really likes football, so we might have to have my son talk to your son.
Absolutely.
Give him some encouragement.
Absolutely. Kai would love that. Steve, thanks for joining. Yeah,
Thanks
the
for
last
having me
couple of
here.
days. This has been amazing.
Great. This is awesome. They pay us to do this.
I know, isn't it great?
It's very fun.
Now it's time to eat.
Food in the zoo.
Yeah. This is what I would be doing if there weren't cameras.
So what's on your docket for today? You have 10 seconds.
I don't know. We'll see. We're going to go out and explore the world. You got any story pitches? Give them to me.
Okay, will do. Thank you all for joining. Have a great day. Ty and Anita are coming up here in just a few seconds. Thanks, pals. You're so great.
All right, well, come on in. We're going to continue things rolling here at 11 o'clock. Why did you put your drink down there?
Because it's for the second segment.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Our guests for the second segment purchased the drink for me. They brought me the drink as a bribe.
Well, I was just going to say, have you seen those things on Instagram where people are so obsessed with Diet Coke that they can tell if it comes from a can?
Should we do that?
Yeah, I think we should. Do you think you could tell if it came from a can, bottle, or McDonald's?
Yeah, I might be able to. McDonald's for sure.
Yeah, it has a very distinguishable taste.
I think we need to do that. So I'm on vacation next week.
And then I'm on vacation the following
week. So when you
week.
come back, Dave, can you mark that, put that in the calendar? We're going to do the test.
The blind Diet Coke
to see which
test.
Diet Coke test. Okay. And you know what else I wish we had video of this. I didn't even think to pull it up. Do you know what those little, are they called Uncrustables?
What's happening with my hair?
Well, it's a little
fluffy today.
I don't have my comb.
Go on.
Uncrustables.
Yeah. Just keep it a wide shot.
Okay, it's a good idea. Uncrustables, folks.
Yeah, what about them?
Do you know what they are?
Yeah, of course. Didn't I live under a rock, you think?
I don't know. Just checking. So Trader Joe's came out with a version of...
Yeah.
And now Uncrustables is suing Trader Joe's because they're saying it's too close.
Similar, yeah.
Too similar.
And they want to just get them and then destroy them all. That was part of the story this morning. You remember that?
I think we should also do a blind taste test with those to see.
I've never had an Uncrustable.
Oh,
so
I don't know that I have either, but the Trader Joe's one.
How would we know which one's which if neither of us
We
have
would
ever
just
had
tell
them?
you which one tastes better.
Oh, okay.
I think that...
Mike Fernandez is saying, what is happening? Mike,
we don't
great
know, Mike.
question.
We have no
Literally
idea.
nobody knows.
We don't. We're prepared. We have a full rundown and guests, but for some reason we're bantering
just
instead.
Talking about Diet Coke and Uncrustables.
Let's talk about Diet Coke.
Yeah, Melinda, my hair is looking high. I don't know what's happening. It's just a rough hair day. Leave me alone.
I still can't log on.
All right, let's talk about your story.
Oh, it's Breast Cancer Month. October's Breast Cancer Month, and we are always fortunate. Your mom's a survivor, which is amazing.
Yes.
My aunt passed away in July of breast cancer, and it was a really terrible battle. So I always feel very fortunate to be able to share stories of survivors and how they're giving back. So I interviewed a woman, Sheila Calvert, who was diagnosed a second time, and it came back very aggressive, and she is still fighting for her life, and then she's also helping other people fight for her life, though, giving back. So we're going to share her story.
All right.
Turning her sewing machine on is therapy for Sheila Calvert. On a good day, she will sit here for hours, calmly creating.
You put this on just to give yourself some more stability on the, to hold the zipper in place. Sometimes this is the hardest part.
Knowing her purpose in life is to pass on the fight, to encourage others. After all, Sheila Calvert's story is one of survival.
I was diagnosed in 2006 with stage 3 breast cancer. I had 2 3-year-olds and an 11-year-old at home, and we did everything we could. Very aggressive in treatment. If it could be taken out, it was taken out.
Calvert went into remission.
Fought through, we did all of the whole survivor, 16 chemos, 15 chemos. We had a end of chemo party. We had a boob voyage party when I had my mastectomies. With breast cancer, there's always that goal. You have something to focus on.
But in 2016 came another diagnosis. This time the cancer was much more aggressive.
And we were we're going to do another party. We're clear. And 10 years and 1 week, I got re-diagnosed. And it come back in my skull and later progressed to my spine. And I just had a really, really bad headache. And I kept feeling this really bad smell. And I thought oh, a critter's gotten into the ductwork, like a mouse or something. And everyone's oh, I can't smell that, Mom.
The diagnosis was stage 3 metastatic breast cancer.
I found myself in a really, really dark place and really question, like, what is my purpose? You know, I'm like costing my family tons of money. We can't go do the stuff we want to do that we've always done. I just kind of sit here. You know, what is my purpose? Do I even have a purpose in life anymore? A contrasting zipper today.
The social worker at Mayo Clinic, where Calvert received treatment, suggested sewing lessons, which ultimately led to the start of Debbie and Me, a nonprofit named after her cousin Debbie, who fought breast cancer the same time she did. Debbie passed away in 2023.
My cousin Debbie and I did all of our treatments at Mayo. When Debbie passed and I found the accessible clothing, I was like, I have got to honor her. She was diagnosed about a year after I with the metastatic breast cancer, and we had really tried to schedule treatments, appointments, all in the same day. When I found the accessibility shirts, that's how the Debbie was brought in. That's who Debbie is in Debbie and Me.
On a good day, Calvert can complete half a dozen shirts.
The shirt, normally you have to pull it all the way down, and with this, and you can see my port where I get all of my medicine and all of my testing through there. So instead of ruining the shirt, they access it and you just zip it back up. And a lot of times you don't even have to keep it unzipped for the procedure.
The shirts are thrifted, donated, all repurposed, all unique.
So these are the packets after they're done. It tells, you know, size, side, and your access.
All packed with the love they were made with, donated to patients at Mayo Clinic. You made it happen.
I made it happen. It is such a great feeling because a lot of them didn't even know it was an option. I didn't know it was an option. I had never heard of them before. That is a game changer. Like, that makes treatment day so much easier.
Turning her sewing machine on is therapy for Sheila Calvert. On a good day, she will sit here for hours, calmly. Neat, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
She has such a great attitude and such a lovely woman. And, you know, you heard her say, I had no purpose. I didn't know what my purpose was. It's just simple things like planning a trip to the grocery store or the pumpkin patch with the kids. She has 3 kids, as she also mentioned. They couldn't do anymore because she didn't know from day to day if she can even get out of bed. It's still like that. She had to move the bed downstairs because it's too difficult for her to walk up the stairs now. And so... Yeah, she just, she can sit there and she can sew, and then she donates all those shirts.
Unbelievable.
So she has a Facebook page and a website. You can donate, you can purchase, because she's still buying zippers and tassels and the little badges that she puts on the shirts. Each one's absolutely different. And you can request too.
That is really cool.
I know, right? Lovely.
Just Melinda says, she's such an inspiration.
Yeah,
I
she's
can't
neat.
believe what she's been through. Yeah, and she's now giving back and helping people.
And, you know, and like we said, your mom had breast cancer. 2 of my aunts passed away. They were sisters, my dad's cousins. But I think everyone is affected by it.
Yeah, there's...
In one way or another.
Exactly, yeah.
In one way or another. So.
She's asking, do they take donations to help with their work? There's that Facebook
you can
page.
go on the website. It's Debbie and Me, and I'll make sure Dave puts it up here, puts a link up. But you can donate because all the T-shirts are thrifted. So the T-shirts are either donated or she'll go to places like Goodwill or secondhand shops and purchase. So it's a few dollars a T-shirt, but still it adds up. She has to buy the zippers. There's a special adhesive she puts on. And then, like I said, all the decorative stuff. So
very cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll make sure. And then again, she just takes the little packets to Mayo, and then Mayo Clinic just hands them out to anyone who needs them.
What a cool. Well, she really is an inspiration, like that someone said. All right, let's switch gears on a much lighter note. We were just talking about sodas not too long ago, and I thought this was pretty interesting. This was an article that I found in Axios. There's kind of soda wars going on. So Coca-Cola and Pepsi, according to this article, they're shaking up the soda business to attract younger, more selective drinkers. So what exactly does this mean? So Americans' affinity for soda has declined in recent years. and people aren't drinking as
I
much
think
soda.
people are trying to be healthier, and soda does have a little bit of a reputation of being not so healthy.
Well,
is that
it is.
the word
Well, I
wanna
guess you could
use?
say it isn't healthy. You know what I mean? So these
Even the Diet Coke, they say, which you and I are somewhat.
addicted to. Yeah.
Oh, so look, they brought me a Diet Coke.
Well, we'll get to that.
But wait, no.
What?
Okay.
What? Go on.
It's the Monopoly one. It's supposed to have a Monopoly thing.
They sold
took
the
it.
Monopoly.
They took my Monopoly.
Yeah, well, we're gonna confront them when they come in.
I like a Diet Coke every once in a while. I
So
crave one.
these brands are trying to like come up with new innovative ways for, I guess, younger generations and more people to want them. So that means that they're going to make those smaller cans. You know how you can buy the small
The itty-bitty
cans?
ones?
Yeah. You can buy them, but now they're going to make them individually. So you can buy those little tiny cans if you go to the grocery store, or like, just buy the little ones by themselves.
Honestly, it's just the first sip for me.
Yeah.
So I'd be okay with that.
And then they're saying that they're going to make more TikTokable flavors. So Coca-Cola is going to debut, as I mentioned, that 7.5-ounce mini can singles for convenience stores.
That's
going to
pricey.
begin January 1st for $1.29.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's the first
I
time
was
that
thinking it'd
small
be 50
cans
cents.
are going to be sold. You would think that they would roll it out with the cheaper price tag for a smaller can,
Yeah.
right? PepsiCo is rolling out what they're calling a Dirty Mountain Dew Cream Soda Dew. It's the first quote unquote creamy flavor. And they're trying to kind of play on that whole viral dirty soda trend. You know, those like Swig.
Yeah.
There's all those places over in the East Valley that have all those kind of like drink places. And then Coca-Cola is not to be outdone. They are coming up with their own kind of a different flavor. They have Coca-Cola Cherry Float, which is going to be launching after the first of the new year.
I would try that.
Yeah.
Folks at home, what do you drink soda, and what is your soda of choice? B. Miguel says, I haven't drank as much soda as I did since July. Small cans 3 times the price. I agree, Charles David. I thought they were going to be like maybe a quarter a piece for $1. That would make sense. Charles David says, I love Diet Coke, but I don't drink it very much anymore. I don't either, and it's just like sugar. If I have a Diet Coke, I'm going to crave a Diet Coke the next day.
Yeah.
And if I don't have one, I can avoid them.
Look at that kid chugging it on the video.
Chug. Do you want to have a chugging contest?
No.
We've done that before.
All right, should we talk about the license plate story? We were all laughing about this yesterday.
I have so many questions about this because if this person claims that they lost their license plate, right?
Yeah.
And so they were pulled over, and this is the numbers, the letters on that plate are real, but they decided to hand draw one. But can't you just order the temporary tags while the new one's coming in?
I don't know, but they decided to just hand draw it.
You just print it yourself.
I don't know. You're asking questions like I'm the expert at the California DMV.
Well, they get an A+ for creativity, and
They
they
sure
didn't
do.
get a ticket because they said, okay, it's creative, but it's illegal.
You can't
so
do
don't
that.
Do it again.
But look, they even did like the Curse of California up
But
there.
here's my question. The little screws, are those real or not?
They screwed them right in.
Oh, I think
with the
that
paper.
they wrote right over the old plate. Or that's on the car.
I don't know. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, we're
Welcome back. And look who we have with us.
Who's house?
Hello. The drone team.
The drone team.
Drone Zone.
Drone
in the
Zone.
house.
Yeah. Introduce yourselves. People don't know who you are.
I'm drone pilot Brian Kae.
I'm drone pilot Joe Tillman.
And this is the Drone Zone. Welcome to the Drone Zone.
Yeah, please just take over.
Okay.
Anita and I are done for the day.
I'm done for the week. I'm on vacation starting tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
I lost my sticker.
What sticker did you get?
A Drone Zone sticker.
Oh, official Drone Zone sticker. Well, we need shirts too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hats.
Yeah. Working on shirts, hats, a lot of Drone Zone merch.
Beanies.
It's whatever our fans.
Like French beanies or like
berets.
Berets.
That would be great.
Like the drone official. Oui.
BK and Joe like to go to McDonald's to get Diet Cokes.
We do.
Today
We got you one.
they did, and then
Courtesy of the Drone Zone.
Yeah.
so Monopoly stickers typically go right here.
They
and I
typically do. You know what? They typically do when you buy them. You peel them off. But since you didn't buy it, I peeled it off.
Oh.
Since it was a gift,
Right.
I guess,
So
Joe.
I want you to also know that I
Yeah.
did give half to Ty.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
shared.
Sure.
Because nobody asked me if I wanted one.
Well, you weren't.
You don't
around.
drink Diet Coke, do you?
You weren't around.
I thought you just said you don't drink Diet Coke.
All the time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's
All
got
right.
like a case.
He does.
Oh,
behind
well, Joe said you don't drink Diet Coke.
I
No,
do.
he does.
Well, we're here talking Drone Zone Fall Fest.
Yeah, please.
Are we?
Look at
Yeah.
Okay. Are we? Okay. Sounds good.
What is this?
Apparently,
This
BK
is
really
the
wants to talk about the drones.
This is a celebration of fall in Arizona.
Yes.
Joe and
is
I
there
talk
a fall
about.
in Arizona though?
That's what we discussed.
Is it really?
I mean,
When's
kind
there a
of.
fall.
Barely hit
It's going to be like 100 degrees.
Now
for
it's
Halloween.
feeling fallish.
Well, it
It's
is
like
now.
81
It is now.
today. There's a nip in the
We don't have
air.
fall in Arizona. We have hot and cold.
How long have you lived in Arizona?
Born
All
and
my life,
raised.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
St. Joe's Hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
What year? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Joe.
But you lived in California for a while, didn't you?
I did.
Okay, that's why.
I
That's
did.
what I was thinking.
Correct.
Okay.
Arizona born and raised.
Your Boy Scouts honor. All right, so tell us about what this Drone Zone is all
We
about.
just talk about everything Arizona fall, the activities to do. We drone Apple Annie's Orchard.
Oh.
We
Where was that
drone
again? In
Wilcox.
Wilcox.
Okay.
We drone some corn mazes, pumpkin patches. We just have a lot of
For
fun.
folks at home who don't get an opportunity to watch Drone Zone, what exactly is that, and when does it run?
It runs, today it runs at 3 p.m. on the Fox Local app.
Okay.
And then we have 40 episodes. This is our 40th
Whoa.
episode, so we're kind of celebrating
Congratulations,
a
40th.
momentous,
That is.
milestone. And all our drone zones are on the fox10phoenix.com website, so you can go back and watch them all. We've had viewers since the beginning. Our hardcore fans, we call the dronies.
Oh.
So
Someone was on here yesterday. Someone named something dronies. Was that one of you?
No.
no,
Leaving comments?
no,
No.
Must have been one of our fans.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we
could be.
we have a very rabid fan base. They love everything
Rabid-
Drone Zone.
Rabid fan base.
Look
Okay,
out.
Wow.
Well, they're very
I
enthusiastic,
can't wait
right?
till next meet and greet. I can't wait to that.
That would
Rabid.
be great.
Tyler Lewis says this pod runs on chaos and Diet Coke.
It does,
That
Tyler.
should be the title.
Yes.
There you go, Chaos and Diet Coke.
You guys really go statewide.
We go all across
and
the
you
state.
come up with these ideas all about yourself. You go
Yeah.
Yep.
to wineries, you go hiking, campsites, you name it.
We've got a good one coming up for our Drone Zone week. There is a vegan restaurant called Loving Hut in Glendale. And for the whole week, they keep all their scraps. And at the end of the week, they go to this big pig farm in Cave Creek and donate all the scraps to the pigs.
Oh.
So we'll be going down with drones
No
blazing.
way.
We're going to get
Drones
in the mix.
blazing.
We're going to get in the mix with the pigs. So it's going to be a good one.
Really?
That's fun.
That's creative.
It's going to be pretty fun.
Do you have a favorite, either of you, of that you've done so
That's
far?
like asking to pick a favorite
I don't know.
kid
'Cause you've
or
done
They're all, the latest one is
Always
one of my
the favorite.
favorites.
Yeah.
Today at 4 o'clock, we're airing.
It's a cop-out.
I know it's a cop out, but
I thought you said it was at 3 o'clock.
4 o'clock on Fox 10 is the segment,
broadcast
the
version.
broadcast version of Drone Zone.
On TV.
We're at
we
the
have like
Gold
6
King
or 7
Mine
drone
in Jerome.
zones now.
Yeah.
Digital broadcast, Fox
We're
Local,
all over.
website, we're everywhere.
Okay, you guys
Okay,
need
so-
your own
We have a
Instagram page.
that one.
Yeah, BK_drone zone.
Yeah, he posts everything.
I'll post all the stuff. But we have a game to play.
Oh.
Mystery drone.
Okay.
We're going to show you some drone footage of.
And we have to guess.
Somewhere we've droned in Arizona.
Disclosure, BK picked most of these, so I'll be playing along too.
So you don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Were you
but you
there
showed
though?
the video.
Well, I could have been. I don't know. You don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one's kind of easy, just to ease us into it. So let's show the first clip.
What kind of show you running?
Oh, this is in.
Roller coasters, and something in Mesa.
No, that's not it. But you're
Castles
on the
and
right track.
coasters?
Castles
You're on,
and coasters.
Nope, you're on the right track.
In
State
Williams.
Fair.
There you go, Ty. Very good. Wow. It took like 5 guesses.
Williams.
State Fair. That's like the first signal that it's
Williams.
fall in Arizona, right?
Hey, Williams.
I didn't say William.
Who said Williams?
I did because
Okay.
you went up to that.
The coaster.
The coaster
Yeah.
in Williams. Okay.
All right, let's show clip 2.
I mean,
Clip
I
2.
wasn't that.
I need to pay attention. Clip 2.
All right,
Still
here
the
we
fair.
go.
I
Still
like
the
it.
fair.
Still the fair.
Ferris wheel. All right.
Oh, this is in Scottsdale.
You got that right, Ty?
Some.
Yes.
Nope.
No.
But that's close.
McDowell Mountain Range.
No. Look at the
hold on.
top. It comes to a.
Peak.
Pick.
Yep.
Pinnacle
Yes. Yeah, there you go, Anita.
What
Anita
is it?
got it. Pinnacle Peak.
Pinnacle Peak.
Wonderful
Okay,
trail,
great.
especially this
That's
time of
pretty.
year.
Sure.
Look at that.
It's not
I have a question.
too tough, but
Where
not
are
too
you
easy.
Parked? How far out are you parked from this area?
We're in the parking lot. Like when we're droning this, we were at the park.
Interesting to
Yeah,
me.
we were at the park, and the drone does all the.
What was your
does all the work.
latitude and longitude?
Okay, says the
All right, let's get
pilot.
clip number 3 going, and play at home if you want, viewers.
The far top.
Yeah.
Tomachov.
Nope.
No.
Carrie.
You know this one.
You know,
Farms.
there you go.
Schnepp
Yeah,
Farm,
yeah,
Carrie.
Schnepp
I knew
Farms
Carrie.
with the
I couldn't-
chili and pumpkin party that they have.
This is before the flood.
And there's a hayride, which I love taking
Last year's or
hayrides.
this year's maze?
Oh, that was
that was
last
last
year's
year's.
with Luke
Who was
Bryan.
it?
Luke Bryan and
Bryan.
Snoopy, they did.
Oh, that's
Who are they
cool.
doing this year? Do we know yet?
I'm not sure. All right, clip 4. We got clip 4. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Tombstone.
Nope.
Winslow.
Where was the place?
Winslow.
Williams.
We did our live shot.
Mine tour. The
old-
Mine
Come
tour,
on.
yeah.
Near
You know this. It's think of. Should I give you a clue?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Lost Dutchman.
State Park.
No.
I have no idea.
The same thing.
You guys give up?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Come on. You got the
Come on,
train.
Ty,
You got
you
the
got it,
mine.
you
The
got it.
gold.
Come on.
Apache Junction.
We did a whole
Lost
live shot.
Dutchman.
Lake. It's a little
It's
haunted
the
lake.
the Goldfield Ghost Mine. All right.
Did you see they have the not a slingshot, but the.
Oh, the yes, I know exactly
Yes,
what you're talking
that
about.
thing.
This is- yeah.
That thing, you go on and then
You sit on
do
it
that.
and they pull you back
And
and,
you
then
go.
they drop you.
And
Yeah,
then you do
it's a
Amazing.
ride. They have
It's a
a
ride,
ride.
yeah.
I can't think of it either, Ty. So.
Sure.
Zip line.
All right, next clip, number 5. Okay, this one's tough.
Now this is I did, so I know this one.
Yeah, Joe knows this one.
Is that a brand
Very
new bridge?
beautiful
No.
spot.
It looks brand new.
It looks nothing like Arizona, but it's in Arizona. It's
Yeah.
in our backyard.
Yeah, right in our
How
backyard.
far?
Is this
How far?
cottonwood?
I'd say about an
It's
hour,
not cottonwood.
50 minutes.
Hour and 15?
No, I'd say an hour, maybe 50.
Which direction?
Which direction is that? Southeast?
Southeast. We've been in an area a lot in the last 2 weeks.
Tucson-ish?
Okay, does this give it away? All right, you guys give up. You see a lot of plants.
Is this in the Prescott Valley?
A lot of plants.
No,
a lot of
we're going
trees.
southeast. I didn't say north.
I'm sorry. I just
All
saw
right.
that lake.
Good thing you're a pilot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, we give up.
thankfully. GPS.
Boyce Arboretum
In Superior.
in Superior.
In Superior.
Oh, that's cool.
And,
Everyone talking about this and what a
No
beautiful-
idea.
and full disclosure, the mayor of Superior is a full-fledged drone zone fan.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Hello, Mayor.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Very cool.
might be doing something in Superior sometime soon. Who knows? All right.
Yes, old Tucson
So,
Studios. Sorry.
Joe
guys.
and I had a great idea.
Oh, is this another game?
Well, we're just going to
It's
show
a
you.
surprise.
Oh, we got something to give you guys.
What are
don't
we we doing now?
Well, let's show them right here.
Okay.
So
Oh, let's
all
just-
these farms have corn mazes. All these pumpkin patches have corn mazes. Why not a drone zone corn maze?
I'm in.
You guys like
I'm
that?
in, yeah.
We can fly the drone. We can help you out.
I have Carrie Schnepp's cell.
Let's get Schnepp Farms on it.
I will get her
Any
on
farm,
That's
Any
pretty
fun?
cool. I think that would look good.
right?
I like it.
That's pretty good. All right.
That's also the photo on the sticker.
Yes,
that
that's
you
our
guys
logo on the app and all that. So we have something for both of you.
Oh.
Since you guys participated.
Officially.
We have certificates.
Anita,
Yes.
would you like to take it?
Oh my my gosh.
Ty?
Show them.
They're
So
showing it up.
official looking.
Droney of the month. We have 2 Dronies of the month.
Oh
Ty, Anita, welcome to the club.
You guys need to sign them.
Yeah, we'll make it official. Let's make it official.
Of course.
Here we go.
Don't
this
be
is going
messy.
on my desk.
Make it legible.
Oh, what a signature.
Wow, Joe,
All right.
that actually is a pretty
I know.
cool signature.
I'm also a doctor.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Look at this. I didn't think we'd be winning certificates.
Yeah,
I knew there
it's
were
official.
prizes.
These are for yours to keep,
Yeah.
to hang up.
That's Ty. Okay.
Put them on your desk,
Sure.
anywhere, make everybody
Frame mine.
jealous.
Look at
You can
that.
frame mine.
Right.
Oh,
When
nice.
you guys, we still have a few minutes. When
Yeah,
you
shoot.
head out, how long does it take you to shoot the drone zone and edit?
We go all over the state, so it
Yeah.
just depends on where we're going and what we're doing.
Do you take recommendations
Yes,
from the
requests.
audience?
Yes,
If
all the
there's
time.
Of course.
a place that people think you need to go.
Right. We have a QR code at the end of the drone zone. That's
Oh,
where
you
we get a
do?
lot of our ideas.
Oh,
and the
neat.
viewers write in like, hey, have you guys checked this out? Have you guys checked this out? And if they're any good, we go to them.
Can you drone the zoo?
Yes, we've drone the zoo. We've actually done zoo lights last year.
Oh, that's cool.
Because they're so
So-
close to the airport. I know there
Yeah.
are restrictions.
Yeah, we'll have to get approval, but I think we can go up to like 100 feet or
Yeah.
something, but still looks great from the drone.
And how long have you guys been doing this?
Since 2018.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now you're like are you guys like the official like Fox now like drone like
Team?
people look towards you guys to see what th're going to do to other stations, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You're
exactly.
kind of like
Give them a raise.
Yes. Oh, okay.
We're kind of like the Mavericks of the drone zones for
The Mavericks,
for
yeah.
the Fox.
Okay, and then when does Drone Zone air?
Drone.
I know you have them already on the app, but do you guys do a live show?
okay.
They-
Drone Zone airs Thursday on Fox 10 at 4 p.m. That is just the Drone Zone shorter segment where we highlight a location. Then we have the Drone Zone episodes, which are 13-minute episodes, which are on the Fox local app, fox10phoenix.com, and on YouTube. And we have 40 episodes. So if you haven't caught it, go back and binge watch them all.
Is there something you guys think we should drone for an upcoming episode?
I'm still thinking. I'm gonna noodle on it, as they say.
Okay.
I'm gonna find
Anita?
something good.
Have you gone to in Tucson, the museum where they have all the old airplanes?
Oh, the Pima Air.
Oh, we can't do that.
Yeah.
They won't let you do
Yeah.
that because it's too close to a military base.
Yeah.
That would just be
But that would be really
neat
cool. That
to
would be.
see them from the top.
Well,
That's
maybe,
one of my favorite places.
Maybe
in
there's like a general watching or something that'll open up the airspace.
They'll say, hey, we want
'Cause
the
that-
drone zone there.
Sure, General Washington, if you're watching, let us drone, please. We'll be in touch.
That would be cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't know. It would just be. I would like to see how big it really is and the scope of how many planes are there. Because walking through it, you don't get the same vantage point.
Right.
And you can fly low, right?
Yep.
Of course.
You
Yeah.
just can't fly over. Ty and I, fun fact, 30 seconds, are both visual observers.
Yes, they are. Yes,
Yep.
you are. Yes.
But we never
Welcome.
get to really use it anymore.
No, not much, but it's fun to watch because we have to ask if you got enough sleep,
Yep.
if you took any narcotics,
Yes.
if you ate your breakfast.
That's right.
Any
Just so,
any substances,
we're healthy.
and then
Yeah.
we have to watch the drone as you're flying the drone. We have to be like too far to the left. There's a bird coming.
Yes, bird
Watch
coming.
out for that
Incoming.
wire.
Watch out.
Incoming.
That was very good.
Bird attack.
I get to
Wonderful.
renew my license another year.
There
All
you
right,
go.
you guys, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Good job.
Happy Thursday.
Yes.
Proud of you.
We'll see you guys tomorrow and more of this.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for staying with us here on Fox 10 Talks. It is 11:30 already. I don't know where the time goes, ladies. You have the three of us again today. It's Des.
Dom. Sorry, that's my name. Dominique.
Bella? I don't know. I think ladies,
so what's my name?
Good ring to it if you ask me.
Yes. Des, Dom, and Bella.
Yay!
We need to convert you to a D name.
I know.
A nickname.
But I mess with you all the time. Like, wait, which one are you?
What?
Dom?
Yeah, I know, right? Hi, Desiree. Yes. Hi. Great. All four of them.
That is so funny. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Busy
it's
day.
Thursday, baby. Friday. We're almost to the weekend.
Oh,
so.
I'm liking this Thursday because it's my Friday.
Oh, love that for you.
Yeah.
That's the best.
I'm off tomorrow.
Don't rub it in, Des.
I'm having fun being a mom. It's well, I really, really regret missing D3's first day of kindergarten.
Was it today?
No.
Oh, no.
I don't know why. I thought like I would be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the day came and I was like, what was I thinking?
Oh, that's a
what
big
was
moment.
I thinking? I missed like a core memory day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's his first field trip tomorrow.
Oh,
and we're going to
fun.
Mother Nature's farm in Gilbert. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to regret also missing the first field trip.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the best. I remember memories when my mom would come on field trips. I think
them too.
he'll remember that.
Yeah.
Having you there.
Yeah. Okay, which one do you remember as a kid then?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know where we went. I just remember her being there, like on the bus and passing out the lunches and everything. So yeah, that'll be good.
Do you have a field trip memory?
Yes, I was a brat. My mom came on every single field trip, and I got mad. I was like, just let me be like the other kids. You don't need to come all the time. But looking back now, I'm so happy she was there.
Yeah.
So you're doing the right thing.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
So happy.
I remember going to Niagara Falls with my dad one year. That was our field trip.
Nice.
Yep. And we went on the Maid of the Mist. So if you're ever in the falls, you got to take a ride on the Maid of the Mist.
Wow.
It's a boat, double decker, that takes you like very close to the bottom edge of the falls. You get sprayed.
I was going to say, is it misty?
Oh, yeah.
Or the poncho, the plastic poncho with the hood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my memory. And actually, it would be fun. You guys drop a note in the chat this morning. Who's hanging with us? We got Charles David. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let us know if you have like a field trip memory with your folks.
Charles David, he commented the Griffith Observatory in Southern California.
Oh, gorgeous.
That had to have been a really fun field trip.
Yeah.
It is beautiful there. I went, my sister, when she graduated high school, I treated her to like a little trip, and we went and we went hiking and then went to the observatory. It is really nice.
It's one of the iconic spots to do in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about traveling. We're talking about field trips. Do either of you guys have any flights booked? Any upcoming trips you're looking forward to?
Oh, no.
I do. Yeah. I need a trip in life always. I need something to look forward to.
And I just live vicariously through Dom.
I'm going to your neck of the woods. I'll be in New York.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going to New York for
like
yes.
New York City?
Yeah, New York City, Brooklyn area. I'll be there for a friend's birthday.
When?
So next weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you are segueing right into our first topic.
Beautiful.
You say it's the holidays at this point. Well, the holidays obviously are fast approaching, and airlines are expecting a record-breaking season. Cirium reports the number of reservations made between June 20th and October 8th for travel during Thanksgiving and Christmas is up the same time last year. The aviation analytics company says Thanksgiving travel bookings are seeing a 2% bump. Christmas time bookings are up around 1%, and airlines are also adding nearly 500,000 more seats for the Thanksgiving travel period this year in anticipation of further upticks in flight demands.
Okay.
So it sounds like you might be like just missing the cusp of the busy holiday travel this weekend.
Perfect. You know how I feel though, just when it comes to traveling. My only request, we got to up the weight requirement on these bags. 50 pounds does not cut it. Ever.
Girl, what are you putting in your bag?
I don't believe in carry-ons, you guys. Like, I own one, but I don't use it. I don't even think it's mine. I think like my mom left it.
Yeah.
Nothing I own. I don't understand how people travel with carry-ons, first off, because like I have things. Like what?
And your regular size products are not going to fit in the travel size little.
But even I carry travel size, but like shoes, I don't know. I just don't understand it. But 50 pounds is quick because the suitcase alone is weight.
Right.
Oh my, every time.
And if you're going to New York, you're going to be bringing like heavier jackets, and sweaters, and that that weighs so much.
That is when you just have to bat your lashes at the agent.
Okay, well,
just pretend they don't have them look down at the weight requirement.
In a perfect world, what would Dom's weight limit be?
65. What? I need an extra 15. Like a good freshman 15.
Okay.
And
yes.
It's like if you can carry that, like let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, all you gotta do is put it up.
Right.
So, and then it's their problem. And I always get it when it's like heavy load or something. They put extra heavy or something on my back every time.
So you end up paying for being overweight?
No, I'll take things out because these prices are also insane. I think it's like close to $100 what they make you pay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no. I'm a master packer now.
What are your tips and tricks?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So from my pageant days, so competing in the Miss America organization, we'd go for a week. The state competition in New York was downstate. It was on Staten Island. So you had to bring your interview outfits for different appearances all week long.
Wow.
And sometimes we would have 3-4 appearances a day.
Oh my gosh.
So undies are small, right? So I'd fit all of those into a large Ziploc bag, squish the air out.
Okay.
My clothes, everything was
Your
neatly
roller?
folded.
Did you de-roll?
And then just being I had my outfits laid out for the day. And I mean, ladies can do this more so than men, but our clothes fold pretty small.
Right.
So I could get 2 outfits in a Ziploc bag. I shove it between my thighs, get the air out, zip it tight, and it's this big.
Wow.
Okay,
and a
Busy,
Ziploc.
I think we need a segment where Dom
we need a demo.
shows Dom and I
how to, right.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
And I do it now. I mean, and now with the kids, I'm just realistically, wherever you're going, you can get whatever you forgot.
Right.
So I kind of also don't stress as much anymore and bring all those things. I'm if I want new pairs of shoes,
right,
or new pair of shoes,
you can get it. Maybe it's a pack. I've heard those packing cubes as well are helpful.
Yeah.
But Ziploc works just as great.
Yeah.
So
probably
all right. Maybe that's
expensive.
that's the next Insta video
that
coming.
Should be the next. That should be the next appearance for sure.
Yeah. And then we have another story.
We do.
Let's see.
We are talking.
We're going to save dating. That's for later coming up.
Okay. We have AI concerns. We have sleeping in the dark.
Let's go AI concerns.
Yeah, that's big now.
There's always something going on with AI concerns, but I'll hand this over to you.
All right. We're going to switch. Bella's going to swap out. We have a guest coming in studio here.
Yes.
But a new study suggesting people are growing more concerned about artificial intelligence.
Me included.
Pew Research surveyed people in 25 countries about AI. More than 8,000 were polled in the U.S., and they found only 30% of adults are excited about the use of AI. The study also found that younger participants under the age of 35 were more excited about AI compared to those aged 50 or older. Well, put me in the not excited category.
I know. I was just talking with a friend last night. It was all Chat GPT. He was like, Chat GPT helped him with his plumbing, just everything. It's like a personal assistant.
I mean, hey, it can become pretty useful.
Yeah.
Right? As long as my kids aren't going to use it when they do it. Don't be cheating on your homework.
Right, writing their papers. Where was this when we were in school?
You gotta flex those brain muscles.
Oh my
right?
gosh. Chat, write me a page on Christopher Columbus.
Really? All right. We are so excited to have a guest in studio with us this morning.
Yes.
We have Bob the Psychic.
Ooh la la. So he's more than a psychic, you guys. A guide, translator, strategist for your soul. And he is here for the Grow 2025 conference going on in Scottsdale. Good to see you, Bob.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
We are so excited to have you on. I believe you're the first psychic that I've connected with. Yeah.
Okay.
At first, I'm just
for a reading.
Yes, for a reading.
Are you reading her?
We're gonna say that for later. I can't be greedy. We're gonna talk about you first. I'm curious, just how you got started in this, your career. Tell me a little bit about you.
So, growing up, I was always someone who was a communicator. I actually used to work in television here in town.
I was going to say, Bob, hang on. Your voice.
Okay.
No, I was a producer.
You got a good voice.
No,
Speaking from his diaphragm.
Producer, producer. Always behind the scenes. Didn't want to be in front of it. But that's how it started. And then when I turned 50, another psychic said to me, you're supposed to be doing this. Because I would go twice a year just to have a card reading. And what was weird about that is then the same week I was working at Kohl's doing customer service. And a woman came in who was a medium. And she was having an event at her house. And, you should come. So I go. And all the people there are talking about learning how to read tarot cards. I'm like, well, how weird is that? So one thing led to another after that. And then I realized I had the gift because after I took a class, it was like Growing Your Intuition put on by someone named Doreen Virtue. She makes angel cards. To become the certified reader, you had to do readings for people. Who's going to believe me, right? So I put it on Craigslist, just tell me if I get it right. And I did 10, and 9 of them wrote me back, oh my God, it was amazing. But one of them said, she asked me what she was supposed to be doing for her career, and I said, I don't know why you're doing all this writing. You're supposed to be a doctor or a nurse. And she wrote me back that she was an emergency room scribe studying to be a nurse.
Well, how did you know? How did you know that about her?
I just close my eyes and I hear like a voice. I want to call it's a collective. Just go with me on this one. Yeah. It's like a collective. I want to say they're angels or spirits or guides. They call themselves the Jeromes. When I ask what's your name, there's 9 of them, and Jerome is my middle name. So it's kind of weird. So that's the people, the group that I guess I channel in some ways. But I've had weird stuff happen besides just that one story. Like recently, one of my best ones, there was a psychic fair a couple weeks ago, and a woman walks by and she's pregnant, and I said to her, oh, you're having a girl, aren't you? Oh, how'd you know? So I said, and then then she says to me, I'm having a baby shower 2 weeks before the baby's born, and I interrupt her. I'm like, no, you're not. I go, this baby is coming 4 weeks before on a Saturday night. Oh, it's going to. Well, I'll tell you why. So she goes, the baby, I go, it's coming on a Saturday night at 12:02 a.m. 4 weeks before. And I open my eyes, because I do with my eyes closed, and she looks at me and says, oh my gosh, I was born 4 weeks early on Saturday night at 12:02 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So
Shut the front door.
Yeah, I know. So weird stuff like that happens all the time in my practice. So I hear stuff about people. I draw cards too. I forgot to bring them, but tarot cards, and I do readings on people all the time about romance or abundance, their relationships, or if they want to.
Do you need the cards to read us?
No.
What are you getting from me right now, Bob?
Well, for you, I'm getting.
We went too straight to the point, Bob.
I don't even know you. What I'm hearing is you're finally at the right job. Like you're finally like in the right place, in the right job, and you're here for at least the next 2 years, and then I feel like you're gonna like to see what else comes up in some ways.
Interesting.
Did any of that land?
Okay. The bosses in the back are like, woohoo!
Yeah. So if your contract is up in 2 years or something around that, that's what that would be about.
Interesting. Okay,
right,
Bob spilled tea.
Hold on.
You've got about 30 seconds, but we're gonna stay with you through the break, Bob. So I'll let you finish reading me. We're gonna throw up the mystery camera right here. So for all of you in the chat, take a good look at this. Get your guesses in, throw them in the chat. We'll finish up with Bob on the other side.
A lot of mystery going on.
Yes, stay with us. We're back.
You can read the city.
Right.
Exactly that city.
Do you have 4 kids?
All right. Thanks for hanging with us in the chat, you guys. This is a beautiful mystery cam. I love the skyline here. These beautiful green trees, and they are kind of starting to turn. So maybe that's a little can help us guess where this might be. I only see one guess so far in the chat. Chicago from Charles David. So we'll let you get a couple more guesses in. We can come back to the mystery cam. Let's get back out to Bob here because it's just fascinating. So he started reading me during the break, and I go, "No, wait, Bob, save it. Let's let the people hear what you're getting from me."
So for you, I mentioned something about work, but there's a shift around you in about a year. It's in 2026. I don't really, I'm not really sure what it is yet, but there is a shift around you. Are you leaving? I don't think you're going to leave here, though. So if that makes any sense.
Okay.
I'm sure your boss is loving that I'm out here like giving away all the cards.
Not
right?
leaving here as in Arizona or
Arizona.
Okay. All right, interesting. You also read that I
have 4 kids, and I asked, then I got the 3
I go,
of them.
did you go on my Instagram?
No, I didn't. No.
I know.
So, and then I asked if there were 3 girl. Oh, I had the other.
You had
it
said
backwards.
3 boys,
three
one
boys
girl.
and 1 girl. And
But
then you
it's
said
reversed.
no, it's
Yep, 1
reversed.
boy,
And then I asked
3
if the boy was the youngest. It's the oldest. So I got that reversed. But that's kind of how my gift
But that's
works.
pretty incredible to be able to pick that much up without knowing something.
Without adding anything about you.
Yeah.
No.
So why are you here? You're here for a
So I'm
pretty
here
big
for a
conference.
big conference. It's called Grow 2025. It's put on by Thrive. I use Thrive in my business to help grow it. It's a CRM, so it runs my database. It sells products. It keeps me on time. And the conference keeps you organized. The conference is hundreds of small business owners just like me learning about the latest tricks and whatever out there, tricks in the trade to grow your business and do that. So they're talking about their products, but they're also educating people. Like this morning, they talked about ChatGPT and how to use AI to grow your business.
We were just talking about AI.
I saw when I walked in, you guys were talking about it, and about where does ChatGPT get like reviews from people. So if you type in ChatGPT, who's the best psychic in Arizona? Of course, I want that to be me. And if it's not me, I know what to do to like make ChatGPT like find me and recognize me.
Wow.
The conference is going on. It's in Scottsdale at the Westin Hotel. So if you're interested in something like that, I guess you go to thrive.com, which is spelled interesting. It's TH.
There we go.
Yeah.
Right.
There we go.
Here.
That's it. It's up on the screen.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
RY.
Oh, there's the website.
There's the website. Yes.
Barbara Cochran, like big Shark Tank, a lot of big names here. David Heath. So these type of conferences, they're just great networking, everything else. So all that's going on in Scottsdale. Check out Bob, October 16th, 17th in Scottsdale.
Pretty cool. And you're local. So
yes, I am. BobThePsychic.com.
Okay.
You can go. I do readings over the phone, in person, or Zoom. Zoom is my favorite. So book a Zoom session. I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
So you can even read us through the screen.
Yeah, I do.
He's got those nine people.
Yeah, like
I'd
if
be
someone
shut
typed
up,
I don't know if we have time, but if someone typed a question up there, I could probably answer.
Oh my gosh.
Really cool. Okay. All right, guys, if you want to try to get a question in, but we're going to get to our next segment here. Do we have Monique standing by? All right, so we are talking about dating, but, dating after divorce, that can be difficult to navigate. And we're talking about this topic because we're seeing a lot of celebrities, it seems like lately, coming out and speaking about their marriage and the split and what led to all of that. Cardi B has been talking a lot about her split with Offset. Kim Kardashian just did a podcast talking about her relationship with Kanye.
And not only, of course, marriages, but long-term marriages where kids are involved, have built a whole foundation together, and then calling it quits.
Right. So we are speaking with founder and dating coach of Cocktails and Confessions, national dating and daytime TV expert, dating guru, Monique Kelly. Monique, good morning.
Hi, Monique. You guys look so beautiful today. Look at
Thank you. Here we go. Here, Dom's going to switch and come sit next to me so we can be in the shot together. Monique, you're always glowing. You look fabulous. Thanks for joining us today. So, you're helping folks 40 and older enter the dating world, and you're helping them navigate through that. But how is dating after divorce different than someone dating, as a single to start out with?
Absolutely. It's so different when you're dating after divorce because you are hyper aware hypersensitive to what you know you don't want. You have experienced that in the marriage. You have grown from that marriage, hopefully. You are healing from that marriage, and you're going into dating as someone who is very grounded and very clear and unapologetic with what you want. When you're younger, in your 20s and in your early 30s, a lot of times you kind of make excuses because you're so focused on the end goal of marriage and these timelines a lot of those times. And you're not really aware of who you are just yet. You're learning, you're growing. But when you're dating after divorce, in particular when you're 40 plus, you are very aware of what is important to you. You're not necessarily dating again to get married or to have children. So when you're dating someone and your goal is not to have more children, you really have to like the person, because you're not going to have that 18-year distraction of raising children. So you really have to understand that person, like that person, and vibe with that person. And that's something that happens often after divorce.
Yeah. And even, just before you get to the divorce with Nicole Kidman and her husband as well, Keith Urban, that shocked me just, because of course you see just from outside, but just so in love, such a history.
A long marriage.
Kind of in your expert opinion, why call it? Is it just a burnout? The spark's not there. They're looking for something else, looking for younger. What is it?
And that's
who knows, right?
We've seen it, we've seen these 50-plus-year-old men with these 20-year-olds. That's a trend. That's a whole other different segment we'll do later. But when someone finally makes the decision to get divorced, trust and believe it has been a long path of challenges. It's been a long history of disagreements, feeling misunderstood, not feeling heard. So when you've been in a long-term marriage and you finally make that decision to end it, a lot goes into that. You don't just wake up one morning and say, you know what, I'm tired of being married. I'm just going to go ahead and get divorced. It is a lot of pain that goes into that, especially when there's public perception. And if you're not a celebrity, there's pressure from family. There is the fear of going back into the dating world. That's what keeps a lot of people in these long-term marriages that are unhealthy and toxic, because there's a fear of going back into the dating world. And also a lot of times when people announce that they're getting divorced, the first thing that people will say is, oh, have you tried counseling? Have you tried this? Not realizing that more than likely they have done all that. And when they finally get to that place where they're ready to divorce, it is a solid decision, and they have made that decision to move on. And it's not something that's taken lightly.
Well, and that's like something Cardi B talked about. She was like, I went through this for so long, feeling so depressed, not eating, trying to figure out if I stay, if I go. And then actually I found it interesting in that podcast that Kim did. She said it's easier to stay than it is to leave a marriage. I mean, divorce is just, it can be messy. When kids are involved, that's different. But Monique, we do have a question in the chat from one of our viewers, Charles David. He wants to know, statistically, do relationships last longer dating after divorce?
You know what's interesting? I always say to people who are happily married or appear to be happily married, I like to say, I'm always like, you must have married your second husband or your second wife first. You do see statistically second marriages last longer and are lasting more so than first marriages. You definitely see that statistically. And I think what happens in that situation, a few factors go in there. One, you've had the marriage, you've made those mistakes, you know what you want, you're very grounded in that. So when you're meeting someone at your best self, healed, and hopefully learning from those mistakes. So your better self is out there. Also, I think when you do go into a second marriage, for some people, again, for some, you're like, okay, I've been married before, I'm not going through a divorce again. We're going to make this work this time. We're going to do what we need to do. We're not doing this again. So I think that also leads to it being lasting marriages too.
Okay. Yeah. And then, and Monique, I wonder too, dating after marriage, I would imagine, I'm happily married, and I joke, I'm like, gosh, I'm just going to stay married. I don't want to have to enter the dating world again. Like, it's scary out there. And like you said, like married, you're growing with someone, so you're working through those growing pains. And maybe what I wanted in a mate dating, now I'm like, okay, wait, I should have found this out sooner, but we're growing and working through it. Right. So how do you take that after marriage into dating? You know, I'm sure like the qualification list, it's grown, it gets bigger. So how do you actually find someone that meets all of the standards that you would have after being married?
Because the standards are high.
Yeah. You said that list is long, your patience is short after after marriage. Let me just first say this. I want to make sure it's important that I say this. When you marry the right person and you have done the work going into that marriage, you're whole, you guys are committed to the marriage, committed to each other, working through the ups and downs, it's a beautiful thing. I think it's important that I throw out there, marriage with the right person is a beautiful thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, yeah, I gotta say that. So moving on to dating after divorce. What happens a lot of times, which you have to be very aware of when you start dating after divorce, you are hypersensitive. You don't trust yourself necessarily because in your mind, you're like, I'm coming out of a marriage. I haven't been in the dating scene for some people 20 plus years. When I was dating before, I didn't have to worry about social media, text messaging, all these other shenanigans. So it is very uncomfortable. It can cause anxiety. You're second guessing yourself, and you have to work through that. You have to work through one, trusting yourself again, giving yourself grace and not being so hard on yourself. And most of all, not being skeptical. Because a lot of times when people first go through a divorce, you'll hear them say, I don't feel like dating. I'm not wanting to get out there again. So be very aware of the dating narrative that you're telling yourself post-divorce and give yourself grace to learn and navigate this new dating scene that you have been thrown into. Because it's definitely different and it's definitely scary.
Yeah.
But be aware of what you're telling yourself.
I love it. Give yourself grace for sure. Monique, this was such a great conversation. Where can people find you for more information? We have to go.
Yeah, Cocktails and Confessions on Instagram. DM me and I'll send you all the information about my coaching services. You got this.
All right, you got this. Slide in Monique's DMs. I might be, girl. It's rough out here in these streets.
Wait, should we? I don't know.
No, that's for another day. Now,
she might be. Are you taking?
All of a sudden, we're out of time.
All of a sudden. Oh no! Something happened there with the good.
I know. I was like, wait, something I can't hear, Monique.
Thank you so much.
Monique's DMs, not Dominique. And Monique
No,
DMs
you can...
for tips. For no.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Oh. You sure?
Yeah. I was
All
like
right.
Monique with the
Okay,
M.
y'all.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Thanks.
Always fun here on Fox 10 Talks. Dom, thanks for joining.
Yes.
today.
Happy Thursday. Happy
This is always
Friday.
so fun. Happy Friday.
It is. I know. Happy Friday to
You're
you.
here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You're here tomorrow,
Ty.
11:30 to 12 with
Ty.
Okay.
So it'll be fun. Ty Brennan.
All right, perfect, you
We
guys. And we didn't get many guesses on the mystery cam. I'll throw it up one more time. And we do have the answer here for you. It is Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Good
so there
cheese,
you go.
right?
So
Known
if you
for the
guessed that or
cheese.
maybe felt like that was it, maybe you got it right. See you tomorrow.
Good job. Good memory.
Awesome. I know. I forgot. Yeah.